What if you could go from zero to scored lead list, a 4 email personalized sequence, and a ready to launch email campaign all in one command in about 10 minutes? That's exactly what I'm going to show you today. I built a custom Claude skill that does the whole thing autonomously: competitor research, ICP positioning, live lead scraping, lead scoring with real funding and hiring signals, and an email sequence with personalization hooks pulled from the actual company news. Let me show you the output first, then we'll run it live. So this is how the final output would look like. Every lead scored on the 7 criteria, and I'll also talk about some of the problems I faced, and it has given the scores and an Excel sheet which I'm going to show you at the end to make your decisions easier. Before I run it, let me give you the 60-second version of what's happening inside. The problem with outbound in 2026 is that everyone's doing the same thing: generic sequences, low signal targeting, and AI generated copy that reads like AI. Buyers can smell it. The fix isn't better copy, it's better context. Knowing that your prospect just raised a Series B, is actively hiring AEs, and is already paying for Gong, that changes everything about how you open a conversation. This system has 8 steps. Steps 1 to 3 are research and positioning. Step 4 is where it builds the scoring from live data. Step 5 is where it actually finds and scores leads. Steps 6, 7, and 8 are sequence, campaign, and tracker. The whole thing runs on 4 MCPs: Perplexity, Prospeo, Apify, and Instantly for campaign setup. Let's go. Now, let me show you how to run the campaign. I have built a skill, and as it runs, it will first ask me how many leads do I want. Let me say 10 for this example, and I have picked Granola as the example for this video. It's a popular AI note taker for sales team. And let me pick the ICP as VP sales for this example. Again, I am keeping it simple for you to understand the entire workflow. And here it goes. I would say the ICP is VP sales, head of revenue, Series B, SaaS, 50 to 500 employees, US or UK. Now let's go. So I've confirmed the ICP here, and let me also show you what it has done before that. It has mapped the pain points and the outcome, and also ranked which is the ideal ICP for me. And as you can see here, VP sales at Series B, this has the highest score of 15, while head of revenue at PLG is at 10. Now, of course, you can play around with these criteria, but for this example, let me go with just the VP of sales, and that's what I have selected as the ICP. And now it's doing a deep research and trying to understand the ICP using Perplexity, Apify, Firecrawl, and these tools are just means to the end, and you can always choose better tools depending on which API you have that will give you quality data. Let's wait for it and see what we get. Now let me show you how the scoring would look like. So this is the name of a real person, and we have assigned points based on the signals identified, and if you see here, it's 20 out of 35 and we have a minimum threshold of 21 points. And we are going to do this for all the leads. I've considered 10 in this example, but as we scale up, we can choose to have as many leads, and we'll get the data on an Excel sheet. So it's working on the different criteria I set for lead scoring, and it has given some examples of how it's going to consider the data, and it came up with some examples, and now it's asking for the approval to create the HTML file where I'm going to show you the leads and the score. This is for the user to actually look at all the leads it has identified and then choose which ones they would want to use for the campaign and write those email copies in the next step. So there it goes. It has created an HTML file for me. Let me have a look at it. Let me open it for you. So this is the output it gave. It found 9 leads, and remember I wanted 10, and out of those 9 leads, it qualified only one with a score 21. Now let's see what actually happened here. So you can look at the top lead, which is at a score of 25 because it has met most of the criteria. So the reason for lower score for the rest are not that they're not qualified. It's just that the tools that I used could not find these information because I'd used Epify and Perplexity. And here's a very important caveat: whenever you're using Claude with different tools, the quality of your data is as good as the tools that you would find. For now, let's go ahead with the top five leads here to show you how, after we choose the leads, how the outbound system works, and it drafts the messaging for you, and it also sends them to instantly and creates the reply messages as well. So I will pick the top five in this case, and let's see what it gives us. So back to Claude Code, and let me close this screen, and let me choose top five in this case. So in this step, I've asked it to write the email copies for the first five leads based on the scores it had suggested. And one of the reasons why it could not find those signals was because Epify was skipped because certain actors that I had chosen for this specific project did not work. And this is a real problem with the tools that you use. So you have to be very particular about which tools you're using to identify those hiring signals, and it will keep evolving. So find the one that works for your industry. As you can see, it's creating the email sequences for all those five leads, and these are personalized based on the research that Perplexity did, and these are customized to their pain points. So we'll soon get to the email copies. So it's basically writing the four email sequence for each of the five leads, and we'll also get this in an Excel. So in this step, it's asking for approval. So we can go through each of these emails and then look at any changes if required. So for now, I'm just approving and proceed to step 7, which is writing to instantly uploading it there. So just another point, I've not yet set up a sending email on instantly. I can choose to do that, and it will be fully ready to be sent via instantly. And I can always choose to tweak before I send it, and it can do the entire task for you, and the entire automated outbound will be ready for you. It's also going to send me all those email copies on an Excel so that I can do some final tweaks and then upload it, or I can choose to upload it the way it's written. And it depends on the taste and judgment of the individual person. So humans are never going to be out of the loop if we have to create successful campaigns. Now it's going to generate the Excel files for me where I'll have all the copies. So it has created the Excel files, and I'm going to show you how they look, which we can use and further modify for our use cases. So let me first show you the email copies it has created. So I asked it for a 4 email sequence. So for the first lead, Michael Watts, it has written the subject line, and also interestingly, it has two subject lines for A/B tests. And here's the first email. Hey Michael, saw you close Series B in January. Congrats on doubling revenue last year as you scale into large employers with a big AT. One pattern showed up consistently: more reps you add, the more inconsistent node quality gets, and so on. So as you can see, this is personalized for Michael's position and his company and his requirements. And these are 4 sequence emails. And let's look at a second one. This is Chris, and there are 2 subject lines again. And again, this is personalized for Chris. Signing your 1500th institution partner in July was a real milestone. So it considers the recent data and looks at what has been happening, and then it mentions the specifics. And likewise for all the five leads. Likewise, it is also created and a reply template, which is again different scenarios. If the person is interested, not the right time, wrong person, or they've asked for unsubscribe, there are different types of copies suggested, and of course we can customize it based on how we want it. Hope you liked it, and I'm building more of these, so see you in the next one. Thank you. Hope you liked it, and I'm building more of these, so see you in the next one. Thank you. Hope you liked it, and I'm building more of these. So see you in the next one. Thank you.